So far, my most popular videos have been about my journey to Los Angeles, whether it was taking that leap of faith and moving here and why I did it, and actually being here and not having a plan set in stone on how I was going to survive and get by. So today I want to talk to you guys about something about my journey to Los Angeles, and it came from just the comments and the emails I've been getting from a lot of you. I've been seeing people say that they want to move to Los Angeles, but they don't have a savings account or any money saved up. They don't have family or friends out here, and they don't think that they can afford it. So I want to be the person to tell you that you're just giving me excuses and you can't afford to live here. You can move to Los Angeles, but you don't really want to do it because you're finding every loophole of why you can't do it. So I'm gonna break it down for you. When I moved here, I guess this video will be about advice on like where to look for when you move out here and just tips on that. So when I first moved out here, I assumed that downtown LA would be like downtown Chicago. And if you have been to downtown Chicago, that skyline, I'm sorry, beats every skyline ever. It's one of the best cities. I honestly wish I could live there, but I mean, I'm here. So I assumed downtown LA would be like downtown Chicago. That's a complete no. And then I wanted to move into Hollywood because Hollywood is Hollywood, but it was too expensive. And then the areas around Hollywood that was like 5 or 10 minutes away from the boulevard was scary to live in. It wasn't that safe. And I ended up moving into the Valley. So you hear about the Valley and all these different songs, but the Valley is about, I would say, 10 to 20 minutes depending which part of the Valley you move into, but it's really not that far. So the first apartment I had was a really big studio, actually. I liked it. It was a separated bathroom. I had a lot of closet space. But it wasn't in the best area, but it also wasn't in a bad area. And I was only paying $7.95 a month. And it was in Van Nuys, and okay, I'm gonna let you guys know right now, Van Nuys is known as like the porn capital, but the cross streets that I lived on was literally like 5 minutes away from Sherman Oaks. So it was like I was border Van Nuys and Sherman Oaks, and a lot of people move to Sherman Oaks in the Valley. That's a fun area. I had gated parking. Really, people could probably crawl over the fence if they really wanted to go in there. But overall, I was paying $7.95, and it wasn't a horrible place. I had a roof over my head, I had a roof over my head, and I was safe. So it was whatever. So then I ended up moving to Hollywood, and the reason I moved to Hollywood was because this at the time was when I was first doing interviews, so a lot of the work I was doing was in Hollywood, so I wanted to be closer. And I'm not even going to lie, I wanted to move into Hollywood because I wanted to say I lived in Hollywood, because that sounds cool to anyone who doesn't live here. But I'm going to tell you right now, living in Hollywood is so overrated. I lived there for 2 years, and I'm so happy that I don't live there anymore. It's cool, it's convenient as far as like where everything is, but it smells like pee. There's crazy people everywhere, and it's loud. I first lived in a 1-bedroom, which I'm embarrassed to say, like, I was paying pretty much $1,500 for that. And then when that rent went up, I moved into a studio within the same building, so that went down to like $1,400. And the way I looked at it, the only reason it was worth it at the time was because my work was there, but it was really literally, I could walk to my job. It was literally 2 blocks, so I didn't have to drive anywhere, and that was convenient. But then I was just being realistic. Spending that much living by myself, because I can't live with people, I like keeping to myself, was not worth how much I was spending. So I ended up moving again up to the Valley, but not as far as where I was when I first moved out here. And I'm now in Valley Village, and I'm not gonna obviously say where in Valley Village I am, just so like I don't get kidnapped or whatever. But Valley Village is just a small town, which is 5 minutes away from Studio City, 5 minutes away from the NoHo Arts District, and 10 minutes from Burbank, and it takes me 10 minutes to get to work in Hollywood. And here, I'm only paying $1,200 a month. So the point I'm trying to make is that I feel like when people think Hollywood, they think Los Angeles, they think Hollywood, they think Beverly Hills, they think a house on the hills, they think you have to have all this money, but it's like, no, you don't. When you move to LA, you're not obligated to live on the hill and pay thousands and thousands of dollars for a house or whatever it is. LA or Los Angeles is really like any other city. Think about where you live right now. There's parts of your city that's expensive. So say it's like a downtown area or some rich neighborhood. And then there are areas which aren't super expensive, but they're still safe and affordable. And then there's the parts that are just bad parts. So that's exactly how Los Angeles is. And I feel like everyone who thinks, oh, I need to move there, you think it's just this extravagant place all over, when really it's just another city. I mean, of course, it's the city where everyone comes out here to like go for their dreams, but it hurts me when people email me saying like, oh, I can't afford it, I don't know anyone. And it's like, you can afford it. You can think about it. My first rent was only what, $7.95. You can get any part-time job, whatever it is, part-time job to make that rent. You can get a roommate. So to me, if you're telling me you can't come out here because you can't afford it, then I'm going to assume when you say you can't afford it, you're also telling me that you are not capable to work and go out there and get a job, no matter what the job is. And even if it's not the job that you're coming out here for, like to go for your dream, you need to take those jobs, because any job helps you to survive. It provides for you. So I don't care if it's working retail, fast food, anything. You can afford to live out here if you really want to do it. If you don't come up with excuses, if you don't let your ego and pride get in the way, if you have to do what you have to do to be able to like make the ends meet. But you can't tell me that you can't afford it, because just look at your situation right now. I don't know if you still live at home with your parents or you live with a roommate. You probably have some kind of job, because I'm assuming you're not like 12 years old trying to move out to LA by yourself. Like you are an adult. I'm going to assume that. Or if you're thinking about moving to LA, you're going to be moving here when you're an adult. So you're what, 18, 19, 17, whatever it is, 18. You can get a job. So you can afford it. So stop telling me that you can't afford it, and stop making up excuses for why you can't move to LA to pursue your dreams, because you don't want it bad enough if you're saying it in that way. So I basically just told you guys every area I've lived in. So if you're looking for places to live, I suggest moving somewhere like Sherman Oaks is cool, Burbank, North Hollywood, closer to like the NoHo Arts District, Valley Village, Studio City, and those are all close to where you need to be, whether that's Hollywood or downtown. It's right in the middle. And even if you have to, you can move even like 40 minutes away. I don't even know what those cities are called. I think, I don't know what they're called. There's like, I think it's Woodland Hills or like Encino. There's all these places, Reseda. There's so many places you can live in. Just stop. If you need to be here and you feel like you need to move here, just move here. And it'll work itself out, and you're going to be fine. So stop giving me excuses, and I hope to see you in LA. If this video helps you, or if you have any questions about moving to LA, I love doing these kind of videos, and I can do another one, or just comment below and I will reply back. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. I mean, I just want people to look at these artists, one, as people, and because they have such a big platform, I just know that if they say something inspirational,